Attention passionate New York Giants fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC East and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on New York Giants' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true New York Giants fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your friends and New York Giants fans. Let's get to the news. Now, folks, buckle up because what's happening right now in the NFC East is nothing short of historic. Rumors are swirling that the Philadelphia Eagles, who currently hold a 4-3 record but find themselves in a tricky situation with an aging offensive line and a cap space crunch of around $9 million, are seriously considering a blockbuster trade that could shake up the entire division. And yes, we're talking about Devonta Smith, the Eagles' star receiver, potentially heading to the New York Giants. This isn't just some rumor, it's something that could redefine the Giants' season and, who knows, maybe even their future. Imagine this. The Giants, currently standing at 2-5, have been struggling to find consistency, especially in the receiver core. They've had flashes of brilliance but haven't quite been able to put it all together. With the absence of a true number one receiver for much of the season, the offense has looked somewhat predictable, and their offensive line has been under pressure more often than not. Now, the possibility of adding someone like Devonta Smith could be a game changer. Smith, for those who might not be as familiar, is a precision receiver, a guy who runs routes with surgical accuracy, making him a nightmare for defenses. In his career, he's amassed nearly 900 receiving yards with 32 touchdowns, averaging a solid 13.8 yards per reception. That kind of production, especially with his precise route running and ability to create separation, could elevate the Giants' offense to a whole new level. But why would the Eagles consider trading Smith? Well, the Eagles are in a bit of a bind. Despite their winning record, they're facing some challenges. Their offensive line, while still talented, is getting older, and their cap situation is tight. They might see this as an opportunity to get younger and pick up some draft capital. According to reports from Diana Rossini and other insiders, the Eagles are eyeing a trade that would send Devonta Smith to the Giants in exchange for a first-round pick in 2026 and Jalin Hyatt, the promising young WR from Tennessee. This move could give Philly a boost in terms of draft assets and potentially help them address other roster needs, especially on defense or along the offensive line. From the Eagles' perspective, it's a way to stay competitive in the short term while building for the future. Now, let's talk about what the Giants would gain from this. Jalin Hyatt, for instance, has been showing flashes of brilliance. He's a speedster with a lot of upside, capable of stretching defenses and creating big plays, as he did during his college days. Adding Hyatt alongside Devonta Smith would give the Giants a dynamic duo capable of wreaking havoc on defenses. Plus, the pick in 2026 is a valuable asset, future draft capital that can be used to build even more depth or to target other needs down the line. But it's not just about the trade itself, it's about what this signifies. The Giants, under new management and coaching, are clearly trying to accelerate their rebuild. They've seen enough of the same old struggles and are willing to make bold moves to change their fortunes. Bringing in a proven playmaker like Smith could help stabilizing Daniel Jones' offense, giving him a reliable target who can win contested catches and make plays in critical moments. Remember, Smith's career yards per reception stand at 13.8, and he's proven to be a clutch performer, especially in tight spots. His 2024 season has been solid, with nearly 43 receptions for over 600 yards and 4 touchdowns, despite dealing with a shoulder injury that limited his snaps in Week 4. Even with that injury, he's demonstrated his ability to produce big plays, something the Giants desperately need. On the other hand, the Eagles are not blind to their own issues. Their quarterback, Jalen Hurts, has an impressive QBR of 85.3, but the overall offensive efficiency and defensive rankings have been troubling. Philly's defense ranks 26th DVOA, meaning they've been below average in stopping opponents, and that's an area they'll look to improve. Trading Smith for a player like Hyatt and a draft pick could be a strategic move to bolster their secondary or other defensive positions, making their team more well-rounded. From their perspective, it's about balancing immediate competitiveness with future flexibility. Now, for the Giants, this potential acquisition could be transformative. Their offensive scheme could shift from a middling unit to a top 14 offense, especially with the addition of an elite receiver like Smith. His ability to improve Daniel Jones' accuracy, projected to go from around 62% to nearly 69%, could be a huge boost. It's simple. When you have a receiver who can win contested catches and stretch the field, the entire offense opens up. Plus, the simulations suggest that the Giants could see a 19% increase in red zone touchdowns, which could turn close games into wins more often. And let's not forget about the impact on the running game. Saquon Barkley, who's been overworked at times, would benefit from having a receiver like Smith drawing coverage away, opening up more space for Barkley to operate. The play-action passing game would become more effective, making the Giants' offense more unpredictable and dangerous. This kind of upgrade could be exactly what they need to climb back into playoff contention. The odds for a Super Bowl appearance, which currently sit at plus 8,000, could see a significant shift if this move materializes. Now, with Smith in the fold, those odds could drop to around plus 4,800, reflecting the increased championship potential. And for the Giants fans, that's an exciting prospect. When you look at the division, it's clear that the Giants are positioning themselves as serious contenders, not just for this season, but for the future. Their secondary, which has been porous, allowing 29 points per game, would also benefit from the draft pick and the added depth that can come with it. Bringing in someone with Smith's playoff experience and clutch gene could be the catalyst that pushes the Giants over the top. Remember, Smith has a playoff career average of nearly 98 yards per game, a clutch performer who often shines brightest when it counts the most. Now, to wrap this all up, what does this mean for the NFC East? Well, if the Giants manage to pull this trade off, it could be a sign that they're not content to sit back and watch their rivals pull ahead. They're making a statement that they're here to compete now and in the years to come. The Eagles, meanwhile, might be in a transitional phase, retooling their roster and trying to keep their window open. But with this potential trade, the balance of power in the division could tilt further in favor of the Giants. It's a bold move, one that, if successful, could elevate the team from a rebuilding squad to a legitimate Super Bowl contender. Of course, it's not just about the players on the field. It's about the mindset, the strategy, the willingness to take risks to achieve greatness. The Giants are clearly on that path, and this trade, if it happens, would be a clear statement of intent. Fans, we all know how exciting it is when your team makes bold moves. Those moments when everything changes, and suddenly the Super Bowl dreams seem a little more within reach. That's what makes this story so compelling. It's about ambition, about realizing that sometimes you need to shake things up to get to the top. And now, New York Giants fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this potential blockbuster? Are you excited? Do you think Devonta Smith can be the missing piece for this team? Or do you believe the Giants should hold their ground and build more organically? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Giants organization. We want to know what you think about this bold move and how you see it shaping the future of the team. Remember, this is just the beginning. The NFL offseason is full of surprises, and we'll be here every step of the way to bring you the latest updates, analysis, and insights. So stay tuned, subscribe if you haven't yet, and be part of this passionate Giants community. We're all in this together, dreaming of the next Super Bowl, and with moves like these on the horizon, the future looks brighter than ever. Thanks for listening, and I'll see you soon with more news about our beloved New York Giants.